everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name's Kim and today I am doing another speed build. This one is a humongous build and I decided to do a big suburban home, and I had a request in the comments for sort of a 4 to 5 bedroom larger house. So I thought, with me wanting to do a bigger build, that I would take that into account and build something on a larger scale. So this is in fact a 7 bedroom 4 bathroom build. Now on the left hand side you will see a separate little bit of a building which won't make sense at the moment, but it will do when you see that in fact it is adjoining, and it has an annex on the side of this house. So what I mean by that is it has its very own bedroom, kitchen, living room and bathroom on the left hand side. So the main part of the house is actually a 6 bedroom 3 bathroom house with an annex on the side. So that would be perfect for a butler, or maybe if you had elderly relatives still living with you, or if you had guests over to stay. I'd imagine that that would be the perfect area for those Sims to stop. So this was actually built on a 40 by 30 lot in Willow Creek, and it comes in at just less than 215,000 simoleons, which actually really surprises me. I'm not even entirely sure whether that's right, but I've just had a quick look, and 215,000 simoleons for a house this big, that is surprisingly cheap, I think, personally. But then saying that, I think a lot of the price gets ramped up when you're adding in more expensive items. I can only assume that I just didn't add in that many. But yeah, so that was quite a nice, pleasant surprise. It's still steep, but it's just not as steep as I thought it might be. So yeah, this was quite a big build really, but I enjoyed making it. I thought the shape of it was quite unusual, and I did actually get some inspiration, should I say, from Pinterest. And it's not, I think it was just that I'd seen this kind of little bridge that went across into a separate part of the house. That's probably about the only bit of inspiration I grabbed, to be honest. The rest of it is just made up mumbo jumbo stuff. But I quite like this little annex thing on the side. I thought, what a really good idea. And in my Let's Play at the moment, I've actually got a butler, and it's the first time I've ever used a butler. And when I was building it, I was thinking, God, this would be perfect with my Let's Play. So who knows, she might actually end up in it. So you do actually see me jump from the outside to the inside. This build had lots of different colour variations externally. I just couldn't make my mind up on what I wanted to use, and it went from being like a greyish kind of tones to a brick and brown sort of tones, and then I thought, no, I've used them quite recently with my modern builds, so I changed it again and settled on sort of a bluish kind of exterior. But I think at one point I was like, right, I'm just going to leave this, because I did attempt to do the landscaping as well, but because I wasn't 100% sure on what colour I wanted it to be on the outside, I thought I'm just going to leave it all and just make a start on the inside. That's the best thing to do. So I have started changing actually the way that I build interior wise, because I do find kind of bedrooms and things like that really easy to do. You know, they're not really kind of magical, my interiors, to be honest. You know, I watch other simmers who build, and they come up with like really finicky and clever ways to do things, and I think if I really sat and thought about it, I could probably come up with some different kind of styles. But I do kind of feel like my interiors are not the same colour or whatever, but I think I just lay them out quite similar, so I do need to change that up a bit, I must admit. But no, the way I've changed it is that I used to start with the kitchen, but in fact the kitchen I think is like one of the hardest rooms to do. So to save time, if I ever get stuck on a build, I always go straight to the top now and work from the top downwards, and I just find it to be a lot easier and a lot faster a way to build. This was actually a huge build, but it only took me, I started it yesterday and spent probably a couple of hours in the day on it, and then I finished it tonight. So all in all, it's probably taken about a good 5 hours, something like that, to build it, which is quite big really. It's quite quick for a big build. But nevertheless, these builds are really quite time consuming. So I was having a look at my channel and I was thinking, man, I am actually pumping out quite a few builds that are really quite intricate in design, and they do take time. You know, not all of them are quite fast to build, and also with running the Let's Plays as well, I'm thinking that I may just slow the builds down a bit to give myself a break. I swore this week, I was like, right, I'm going to get myself organised and I'm going to give myself a break, and it didn't happen. I've ended up doing stuff every night on the channel, so yeah, I need to kind of like slow down a little bit and stop throwing these builds out quite as often, I think, because I am so worn out. I mean, this voiceover is like nearly 12 on in the early hours of Friday morning, and my daughters actually will probably be up at about 6 o'clock in the morning, so I'm kind of like burning myself out at the moment, so I definitely need some downtime. But I'm still working on that. I keep saying the same thing, and I'll still keep pumping out builds, no doubt, because that's just me. But this particular room, can I just say, I absolutely loved this room. It's the first time since I've used that kind of like wallpaper from the spooky stuff pack, I think it is, and I used a couple of items out of that and I really liked it, and I thought it went really well with that. I think it's from, I don't know if it's the fitness pack or the Parenthood, with the kind of like the woody effects wallpaper, and I just thought it went really well together, and I thought, what a great teen room. So yeah, I was really impressed with that. It was one of my, I think it's probably the favourite room in the house, to be fair. So I am kind of jumping around all over the shop, but this is down now in the annex. So this is the bedroom, and what I wanted to do was keep it not complete, well, yeah, it is neutral. I'm pretty sure it's all neutral, because like I say, when I built it, I kind of built it for a butler, and sometimes you don't know whether you're gonna get kind of a female or a male butler. So I thought, well, in this case, no matter what anybody wanted to use it for, whether it was a butler or a relative, etc., or guests, you know, they could just move straight in and use it, and then you can personalise it, you know, however you see fit. So yeah, I did actually work on this build last night, and I did all of the floor plan, which, if you have followed me for a while, you'll know that, well, A, I never include the floor plans because I just take that much time messing about, or I do them really quick. That I just don't include them because it just seems like just a pointless thing to include. But I actually did all of the floor plan last night, and I'd started doing the landscaping, and we had a power cut, which literally never happens, or if it does happen, it's like once a year, something like that. And this power cut happened, and straight away I was like, are you joking me? I have just spent ages doing that floor plan. I was like, for God's sakes. So literally this power cut lasted no more than about 15 seconds, and my computer fired back up, and I was like, I don't even want to look. I don't even want to look and see what I've lost. But luckily, because I had been so indecisive about the exterior of the build in the colours, I'd actually saved a copy of the house, well, a couple of copies into my library, so all was not lost. I literally lost a little bit of the landscaping and all the floor plans, so I was like, great. So I had to do the floor plan again, but luckily it was quite fresh in my mind, so I just kind of like went through and redid it all. But I think last night I gave up at that point. I was like, no, I am not doing any more. I was supposed to be having a night off, and that has just confirmed it, because I didn't know whether we were going to have a power cut again. So I thought, well, I might as well just stop here. So I watched some Game of Thrones instead, and that just chilled me right out. It was just what I needed. So yeah, I do need to start giving myself some downtime, and I think I'm definitely going to take this weekend off, mainly because I've got some catching up on Game of Thrones to do. But no, I've literally, since my daughter was like 9 weeks old, I have just worked solid on the channel, and I've enjoyed every single moment of it. But as with anything, it's just not worth burning yourself out, and I am getting to that point. I think I burn myself out every single week. You know, I have this day where everything just goes into meltdown, and then I question like my life and my existence and the world. And I just think, before I even get anywhere near that point, I need to start being a little bit grown up and sensible about the whole thing and getting myself organised. So yeah, I think I'm picking up with my sort of regular posting of my Let's Plays. That's gone quite well, and I find that if I film a couple at a time, it kind of gives me a really good head start, and I enjoy that as well, because it breaks up doing the building. Now don't worry, and I will not be offended if you choose not to watch the Let's Plays. People play The Sims for lots of different reasons. Some people like to just watch builds, others get really into Let's Plays. I know the very first YouTuber I ever watched personally was Life Simmer, and I watched her Sims 4. I think it was like just classed as a current household Let's Play at the time, and I just loved it. I got so immersed in the story and her, I don't know, the way, how passionate she is about her Let's Plays, and you know, I got totally taken with that and I loved it. But I know that not everybody loves Let's Plays, and that's absolutely fine. But if you do, feel free to check them out. I am running a parenthood one at the moment, which is kind of parenthood, but it's kind of a little bit current householdish as well. But we're following a family on there at the moment, the Watson household, and I'm also doing the Black Widow challenge at the moment as well, so that's quite funny. But yeah, so if you're interested in them, feel free to check them out. If not, don't worry yourself. There is always going to be a speed build up at some point during the week. I have been posting really regular. You know, since the start, I think it was like every couple of days, and now it's going down to virtually me posting daily. My husband said to me before, I was saying that, you know, this is quite hard, I'm really tired, you know, I should really be going to bed sort of thing, but I want to get a voiceover done. And he was like, well, you know, you're posting like 3 videos a day. He's like, you know, you need to give yourself some sort of downtime, just post like 1 a week or something. But I don't want to do 1 a week, I'll definitely do a lot more than that, but I do need to just like getting a little bit of a break somewhere. So I've had a request to do the genetics challenge as well, which I've seen a few of them and they're actually really good. But in a way, sorry guys, I think it's a little bit cheating because the ones that I've watched are people that have got a lot of CC in the game. Whereas I'm just like, I do like CC, don't get me wrong, but whenever I use it, literally, whenever I use it, something goes wrong. And I kind of like thought, right, I'm going to get back into it and start using CC again because it's been such a long time since I'd used it, and there's so many good items out there. And I think I downloaded some hair which I started using in one of my Let's Plays, and straight away it started glitching out and I was like, oh great. And then I noticed that there was like quite a bit of lag in my game and there was just issues cropping up and I was like, no, it's all gotta go again. But I think I've literally got some wallpapers from Peacemaker because there is no way I'm getting rid of them. And just a couple of bits of makeup which I quite like, some lip swatches and whatnot. But anyway, as far as CC clothing goes, I've got absolutely none. I think I had a couple of wedding dresses, but they've since been deleted, along with all the hairs and all that kind of stuff. So on these genetic challenges that I watched, I noticed that quite a lot were being picked, like a lot of the options include the CC as well. So naturally they were just creating and morphing into kind of like good looking Sims. So I think, because I watched one and someone was like, oh, mine's going to turn out really rubbish, blah, blah, blah. And then it actually turned out alright, but I think it's because there was just that much CC within their game. So I'm quite interested to see what happens if I do it, because I've literally just got everything that's in game. So I've got a feeling it may turn out uglier than what everybody else's has, but I'm definitely going to give that a go because it's just literally a really quick video, and it might be jumping on the bandwagon, but hey, that's exactly what I want to do because it looks loads of fun. I must admit I've quite enjoyed this week though. I've done some builds that I felt a lot more comfortable with, and I feel like I've been a bit happier within myself. The modern build that I did really was it was so bittersweet, that build, but since then it's been really quite chilled and I've really enjoyed, you know, building the things that I've built this week. Coming up over the next several days will be the genetics challenge, also some Let's Plays will be going up, and in all honesty, I have not got another build lined up after this one at the moment, but I do have several ideas of things that I would like to get done. So I will probably give myself the weekend off this weekend, but there will be Let's Plays going up anyway, because I want to keep on top of them and keep them going, because there's lots of other Let's Plays and challenges that I want to do as well. So I don't really want to, you know, I want to get on with them and get them done and get quite a nice regular flow so that I enjoy it, and then it's not just about me kind of creating a video out of them, it's more me regularly playing and enjoying it too, if that makes sense. I don't know if it does, but I know what I mean. Oh, also, just to mention as well, I found an amazing builder on YouTube, which you may or may not know of, but it's not too often that I come across someone that I'm pretty wowed by. That sounded awful, and it really wasn't meant to sound awful, but basically this girl is called @by Screenside. So her YouTube channel is by Screenside, and wow, she's an amazing builder. I have literally binge watched today her channel and quite a few of her builds, and she's just incredible. I was really impressed with her, so that is one definitely to check out. I'll leave a link to her channel below actually, and that just makes it easier for everybody. So I hope you're all having a good week, and I hope you are all looking forward to the weekend. I know I can't wait for it because I feel like I'm pretty much going to collapse. But I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give me a big thumbs up. Don't forget to sub, and I'll see you next time. Take care. Bye.